So before we pick up the guitar this week, we did a bit of a layout to describe how we got to where we're planning on going. And I've been doing G minor improv videos for months now, and so I'm gonna stick to that and gonna use G major. Think I'm supposed to go the other way, but I started going this way, so I'm going to continue going this way for the rest of the challenge, since I already have ideas for it. And I'm going to just show the booklet that I have here that's helped me get most of my numbers down, and where I get my patterns for all my scales. And so we got G major, and we got G minor, and obviously all the other scales here. The arpeggios that I'm probably going to end up using in this video are also right here, G minor. But anyways, just show where I got that. Came to this, which is just the main G minor, G major. The one circled there are same notes on different strings, and the first two there are G notes. So, important to remember that. This is the scale we're using. But anyways, so how do we use two scales in one? Well, the way that I was deciding to do this was I was just gonna go through both scales, back at the other page, the other booklet, and showed all the different notes that I had. I went through them all and jotted down all the notes that were in the same scale. So that's it right there. And then using my booklet, I decided to just go straight like this. I took the whole thing. Everything circled is a G note. Important to say that if you look in the top right corner, I'm in D standard. So everything that is on the fretboard is 2 frets lower than E standard. So if you were to jot this all down, your numbers would look different than mine. But if you just remember the patterns, you'll make the connections just as easily as I have. Anyway, so there's, as you can obviously see, there's a lot of notes that are in both scales. But when I went through them all and jotted it down, I didn't actually figure this out right away, but once I got later on in writing this down, I figured this out. There are 4 notes. Right? Just 4 notes. All that is just 4 notes in different spots on the fretboard. A, G, C, D. For some reason I wrote B flat in a lot of the spots. So just remember that if it's got a scratch out like that and has a C, it's because I made that mistake. But anyways, so the chords that I'm using for the rhythm track that I'm going to do are those 4 right there. They can play in that order. Not exactly sure how I'm going to play it, but when I pick up the guitar, I'm going to look into it and decide how I want to do it. Those are the notes right there to those 4 chords. Let's stretch the notes out. Basically what I did was, instead of doing it like I did down here, it's literally the exact same graph, and I didn't realize until later on, but that's all those notes that are circled are the same notes, everything vertical. It's all the same notes, just on each string of the guitar. So, what am I trying to accomplish here? Over the rhythm track, these are going to be my landing notes when I go in between each scale. So my goal is to go from major to minor. My landing points are going to be when we go from major to minor. So when I play the first chord, which I'm going to get in later, I'm going to obviously play up to one of these notes. Right? How we're going to do it, we're not sure yet. That's how we'll find out when we pick up the guitar, but that's the goal, is to get to one of those notes while we're playing over the first chord. And then when we switch, we're going to go to one of the two scales when we go from chord to chord. So I decided to go, I think it was major, minor, major, minor. So A, G, C, D. So A is going to be A major. G is going to be G minor. Sorry, I said, so let's start again. A, we're going to use G minor, or G major scale, sorry. And G is obviously going to be G minor. And then C, where it says B flat, is C. We're going to play G major, and then D minor. Or sorry, I don't know why I wrote D minor, that should be, oh yeah, D is going to be G minor. Refer to the chart above for the landing scales, which is what we did right here, right? So all I did was make two separate charts and show the different numbers for each note. So basically, I'm going to set that one over here, I'm going to set that one over here, and I'm going to try to do an example here. So obviously we're going to play A first, right? So we're going to play 7, which is, remember, for E standard, you'll be playing 9 on your fretboard, on your first string. So I have 3 separate A notes on my fretboard on 24 frets. Some of you might not have that, but I do, and there's quite a few options there where you can play them. And one thing that you will notice between the two when you're going from one to the other is you're going to find the notes that, remember at the top there, we go to the top, A and G are right beside each other. So that's going to be an easy connection to make. But so is C and D. Because they're, again, right beside each other. That's the pattern to how you go from one to the other, I'm assuming, is the fact that they're right beside each other, and you're really only changing one note between the two. Like if you go back to here, you have 2, 4, 5 and 1, 3, 5. So when you're going back and forth between 0 and 5, you're really only playing one different note. You're either going to go 0, 2, 5 or 0, 1, 5, you know, something like that. So it should be an easy connection to go from one note to the other side by side, theoretically speaking. So when I go from major to minor here, it's not as difficult as it might seem. I don't think so. I think it's going to go pretty good. But anyways, I wanted to just give you guys, because I posted about it, so I figured I would show you what I was talking about. And I was going to do it through pictures, but it made it easier to just do a video. And probably not going to be going live, so this is the best way for me to do it. And I hope if you have any questions, you can message me or whatever. Looks complicated, but in the end, it's really pretty simple.